they say that baseball is America's pastime. And, I was just like every other kid, I played Little League Baseball as well. And baseball is a game. Here I am when I was the knee-high to a grasshopper. And it's a game of catching, pitching, and hitting. And if you're not good at any of those things, where do you play? Well, for those who have played Little League Baseball, you're in the vast, barren wasteland, better known as right field. Well, guess what? That's where Eli gets to be played. Eli's folks thought it would be a good idea for him to play a team sport. And so we're going to go on to Chapter 5, Little League. Playing Little League Baseball was a rite of passage for kids at Eli's school, and Eli was no exception. But he had said he'd only play if he could be on the same team as his buddy, Murph. This proved to be a pretty good strategy, as Murph was the most dominant player in Little League. Earl's dad, Gene, was the coach of the team when he wasn't making flights to Japan for his job as an airline pilot. But he looked more like a nightclub bouncer than a baseball coach. At 6'4" with red hair and a matching bushy mustache, his booming laugh and easy smile would put the players at ease in the dugout. Earl and his dad proved that old adage, like father, like son. Both had a propensity for hitting home runs. Gene smacked them over the fence at the local Park and Rec softball league. And Earl, the Murphy, slammed them out of the park in his Little League. Gene's favorite baseball player was Big Daddy Cecil Fielder, who played for the Detroit Tigers back in the 1980s. And Murph's hero was, none other than his son, Prince Fielder, Cecil's son, who played for the same team today. Eli, on the other hand, had never really enjoyed organized team sports. He was reluctant playing baseball because his parents thought it was a good idea for him to get out of the house and be part of a team. Coach Gene had placed Eli in the barren wasteland of the baseball diamond. You guessed it, right field. Nothing interesting usually happens out there in right field, which was just the way Eli liked it. It gave him plenty of time to let his mind wander and daydream. Some kids pass their time out in right field picking dandelions, but Eli had more important things to do. Today he was thinking about what his mom had said at the dinner table. How about a car that could actually fly? Her words echoed in his mind like a yodeler, yodelay-hoo in the Alps. But how, he said, is that even possible? Eli remembered a summer vacation a couple of years before when his dad had taken him to Seattle over Labor Day weekend. It was a drizzly Saturday afternoon in the Emerald City, so they decided to visit the Museum of Flight. Eli had loved everything that he saw there, but the most thing that captivated him was the Taylor Aerocar 3, a prototype completed in 1949, but not certified by the Civil Aeronautics Administration until 1956. The car could transform from a car to an airplane in 5 minutes. Eli had marveled at the motorized mechanism. Now he started to wonder, what would happen if a car could instantaneously change into a plane? Just then, Eli was snapped out of his daydream by the thunderous ping of the aluminum baseball bat behind home plate. The ball had shot off the bat like a meteor and was heading directly towards him. It hung in the air for what seemed like an eternity, which gave Eli an opportunity to collect himself. Other players were running toward the outfield, hoping Eli would catch the ball. At the last minute, Eli dove backwards and miraculously found the ball at the top webbing of his mitt, like this. The impact knocked the wind out of him. He could barely breathe. He was just relieved that he hadn't messed up the game for the team. Murph ran to greet his friend and said, "Way to go, Gold Glove!" "What do you mean?" Eli asked. He was so completely and utterly uninterested in baseball, but he didn't even know the lingo. "Your fielding percentage is perfect on the season." "That's because it's the first play I've made this entire season," Eli said. "Exactly," Murph chuckled as they jogged in unison back towards the dugout. "Hey, you just made what they call a snow cone catch. You see, the ball is wedged on top of your mitt, of your glove, like a single scoop in a cone." In the final inning, Eli was up to bat. He managed to complete his specialty at the plate, which was a walk, and quickly jogged to first base as if he had just won the lottery. The next two batters struck out, which left Murph to save the day. He jumped all over a high fastball and pounded it 225 feet over the fence in left field for his 25th home run of the season. The final score was 2-0 for the Tigers. And here is Eli making the snow cone catch. After the game, the boys went out for ice cream. "What were you thinking about there out in right field?" Murph asked. "Not much," Eli said. "Come on, I know that look. Did you think up anything good?" "Maybe, I'm not sure," Eli said. Okay, I get it. You don't want to talk about it, whatever it is." Murph was starting to put two and two together. "Hey, I'll give you a call later, okay?" Eli said. "Sounds good. Catch you later. Get it? Get it?" Murph reenacted Eli's backpedaling to catch the pop fly. The two boys smacked gloves as they walked out the door. Chapter 5, Little League.